Postgame press conference, Wayne State falls to Ashland 30-10. Coach, your opening statement?
The game, I think, went as I had expected for really the whole first half. We talked about playing 30 minutes, and we played 29. In the last minute, they scored a touchdown. Second half, the thought was to go and score on our first drive. Ideally, a touchdown, not a field goal. But even a field goal at that point would have made it 13-10 or something like that. I'm not sure. But it gave us a chance to stay in the game. We did that, and then we couldn't get off the field on defense. Each team had one series in the third quarter. It's crazy. And then the fourth quarter, we unraveled. We turned the ball over every series. And obviously, can't do that.
Kind of going off what you just said, you guys had a nice long drive for the field goal. It would have been nice, obviously, to get the touchdown there. But then they come back and take almost 9 minutes off the clock, actually extended into the fourth quarter. Tarnowski makes maybe the play of the year. You guys had him pinned in. He looked like he wanted to go down twice during the play. We watched the replay a couple times upstairs, and he somehow scores a touchdown. Was that kind of a knockout blow for you guys with that long drive and then that play?
That was tough. I don't know if it was a knockout blow. I think we made it a knockout blow because we came out and self-destructed on the next series. But at that point, it was 13-10, and that made it 20-10. So there's still plenty of time. You know, go back down and score and put the pressure back on them. You know, it gives you a chance to at least stay in the game and win it at the end.
So what went behind your decision to put DJ in the second half?
Well, the thought that we had was we drove down there. We called a play that really we thought was a pretty good play. As it developed, it was actually right where we thought it was going to be, and it wasn't executed. And so you've got a guy who started for 3 years basically. You think, well, maybe if he goes in, he's a little bit more comfortable with it, he'll make that play. Obviously, it kind of backfired because he was cold and probably didn't function the way he wanted to. Obviously, fumbled the ball on the one run, and he and the wide receiver had a miscommunication on the interception. But Dakota went back in and drove the ball again, which is that's ideal. Pretty happy that he was able to do that, and we just have to continue to improve.
You talked on Wednesday on the radio show about kind of pumping the game up as if you want to see a physical Midwestern football game come out to Tom Adams Field on Saturday and witness that. I thought for the entire game you matched them physicality to physicality. Were you happy with the way you guys came out physically, especially in that first half?
I was. I knew that our kids would respond. They always do. And Ashland is a typical, tough, physical Ohio football team. And we knew that going in, and obviously we take pride in our physicality. So, I thought it was, I don't know if it was a great game to watch, but
I thought it was, honestly, for the first 3 quarters at least.
Yeah. They got some special players, and I thought our kids responded really well.
Let me ask you a follow-up to that. I know you have a lot of respect for Ashland's programming and their quarterback, Tarnowski. I kind of made a joke in the open of our telecast that he might be the best quarterback in the entire state of Ohio, but he's got a heck of an arm.
He's unbelievable. He really is. He might be the best quarterback in the state of Ohio, including the NFL.
That's what I said, professional, not high school.
Probably.
Yeah. He's that good. And I think, there's those special guys that you run into every once in a while, and you can talk to them and you can see it and feel it. And I talked to him after the game, and I felt like he was pretty special.
Your defense tonight, to hold him in check, I'd say. I don't think the score was indicative of how it was, especially with how much they were on the field. Was that just a game that you're going to look back and say, our defense has been pretty much what we've needed to be all year, or,
I was happy. You're never happy losing, but I was happy that our defense just made it tough on them. We were not stopping the run completely, but we were stopping the run for the most part. And they had a couple big plays that turned the game, but for the most part, we were pressuring the quarterback. We were putting hits on the quarterback. We were tipping balls. We created the turnover. He fumbled the ball, I think, their first drive or second drive. We were doing a lot of things actively to, put pressure on them. And Justin Hollins probably played 10 plays all day. He's a pretty big part of our run defense. And not having him was tough. Lamont Baker, I thought, stepped up and did a nice job in replacing him. Derek Coleman, Brady Beaton, Justin Rowell, they all competed like heck. It's tough when you've got guys that you're thin and you're trying to, compete. What happens is what happened. You have guys that compete really hard and they give you everything they have, and in the fourth quarter, they just don't have it anymore. They run out of gas, and ultimately, I think that's what happened a little bit. But what I told them after the game is this is a learning experience, and this is the start of a championship experience for us. You can't just give up. You just have to keep fighting it and earning it, and your time will come.
Last question that I have. Last home game of the year is next Saturday. It's always senior day at Wayne State, the last home game. Talk, if you would, about what that's going to mean for the seniors. I know you love this team. I know you love the kids. So what's going to mean to have the seniors out there for the last time at Tom Adams Field?
That's always hard. You say goodbye to the seniors. Obviously, Ronnie Brandt, Dustin Carlin are they're two senior captains. It's going to be very tough for them. Romello Brown has played a lot of great football here. Greg Weber has fought his rear end off to play as a senior. I think he got hurt a little bit this week. Hopefully he'll be able to play next week. James Howard, what an incredible talent he is, and what a career he's had. The biggest problem we have, and this is a positive at this point, it was a negative going into the season, but now senior day is going to be positive. There's only going to be 5 or 6 guys. You know what I mean? So it's
That's not a bad thing sometimes.
Yeah, it's a bad thing in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, you're really happy you don't have that many.
Last year, right?
Yeah, last year we
Yeah.
had 25 guys. This year, and part of it is Jake Carrizales is going to come back, and Tommy Richardson's going to come back. And, that's obviously a big deal because those are 2 guys. Not having them all year is a difference in our football team.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot, and best of luck next week against Northern Michigan.